Hello and good evening. This is UK League, organised by Tezos. Excuse me, clearing my throat as soon as we start. Toast profesh as usual. This is good. Let's try another. Let's see what Wisebar is saying before we try another. And I'll start recording again and streaming again. Right. Damn assigned sides, eh? Can't do anything right at the moment. So, Wisebar's USA. Boop. Much better. Okay, let's start that again. This is the UK League, organised by Tezos, where apparently we have assigned sides, which is fascinating for me to discover. I really don't have a clue how the world works, and I'm not opening 4-5. 4-4-1. Let's open Yugoslavia, no independent Reds. Alas, it doesn't look like we can do anything snazzy in Europe with duck and cover. So Wisebar and I, last time we played live was in a pub in Cambridge. So Wisebar and I used to meet up at a pub on Devonshire Road in Cambridge and get a couple of games in. Very fun to play with. We're pretty evenly matched, so it's always fun. And the Swine's got Marshall Plan, so it's just getting better and better. Right. So headline is probably incidental. We'll go Olympic Games. I am not surprised. Right then, this one's going to be a fun uphill struggle. But at least we win the Olympic Games. So we'll take a corner run first. And it's not enough. So we've had Marshall Plan, we've had Olympic Games, and we've had Warsaw Pact, got Middle East, duck and cover, CIA, 5-year plan for Mosa, and special relationship. So I guess the right move is to use CIA, and then I can ditch I can space duck and cover and ditch Middle East scoring with 5-year plan, which is diabolical in every sense, but prevents DEFCON suicide, which is a stellar start to the game. I'm sure you'll agree. So yeah, silver playoffs now in Itzel. We'll see how those go. Good old best of one. A week today, we play Marco in that. Um, and I look forward to the next iteration of all the leagues because after a fairly decent Itzel, everything has been. Sorry, the Itzel, excuse me, regular season. Things have not been astonishing since then, but such is life. That is the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So what do I like? Coup on Iraq, play into Pakistan while Defcon's at 3. But either way, it's looking good. Yeah. And then play into Pakistan. Oof, with a lot of influence. Thailand as well, for good measure. Yeah. They're all much for muchness. But we'll play into South Korea first. Because we're going to be struggling on battlegrounds. Europe scoring, jolly good. It'll take them a few ops to get Asia domination at least, and we are punting Middle East scoring. Plus with Defcon at 4, we can get a coup off on one of the places, hopefully. Space DNC. We fail the space race. And then we can 5-year Middle East. Well. Another rip-roaring start. But at least I set the sides up right, this game, which is more than I did the previous game. And now y'all have to put up with the next game button going the whole time. So since 2019, Wisebar and I have played a few async games. But this is our first ever live playdeck match. We've only ever done in-person games before. So, the joys of being Cambridgeshire located. Comic-Con. Yeah, well, we'll tap Pakistan. So we have proximity, and we'll take Afghanistan to prevent adjacency and keep the battle slightly less hard. Well, small mercies didn't give up Middle East scoring. And they might want another skimpy coup on Iraq to drop Defcon and prevent Bilops. If they don't do that, we might get a juicy coup on Thailand. So probably going for overprotect. Of course, that also works. So Blockade is probably best. We can UN intervention coup Thailand with US Japan. Yeah, that'll do. Blockade. They get off to space. Do we get D-Style out? We do not. Okay, big coup on Thailand, please. 456. It's a 1. Good times, good times. So they'll be able to take India and Thailand. Okay, well, we'll take it, because what have we got to lose? And here comes a juicy Indo-Pakistani war at 50-50. Please miss. It doesn't miss. Oh boy. So, coup on Panama? Assuming we don't get pipped to the coup. Or maybe coup Lebanon in the hope of getting Israel. Ah, no. No chance. Well. We don't need to break through there just yet. We'll take Iraq. Whew. Be a nice quick game at this rate. We shall see. Sorry, I forgot the mic levels were down low. That should be a bit better. Decog goes off. Successfully. And we'll put it into Syria to get domination in a region. Oof. Misses. Wow. Spacing like that, the game's... Oh, no, of course, UN intervention. Let's take the 1 in 3. Nope. Circumspect player probably would have tapped West Germany with it, but... We want to try and start bagging VPs if we don't want to be dead in turn 3. Just need Asia and Europe scoring to come back, and the game's pretty much up. Did at least get a 4-op card in the early war, which is better than previous games. Can a space to goal, but can repair it, no problem. Asia scoring's back, and I don't have 5-year plan. they do have defectors. So the glorious headline, knowing that I've got Purge and they've got defectors, I've got a headline Asia scoring, don't I? They've got Vietnam Revolts and D-Style. I've got NATO and Truman Doctrine. Yeah. Let's headline Asia scoring, because the jig is up pretty much either way. But that would keep the game going a little longer. Okay, come on, be good. Here it comes. Boo. What do we got? Uku Panama. Well, it looks like we're segueing to the game that should have been set up anyway. Well, that one counted for the league, so good times there. But let's go and play that fun one. Okay, so we do not have... Oh. So we'll open 442. We don't have Marshall Plan. And we'll open with Captured Nazi. We hold D-Style against blockade, but we've got UN intervention to ditch it at the end of the turn. They've got Vietnam revolts. Israel, Eastern European, Purge, 5-year. Okay. Well, are we going to have a duck and cover coup in Iran to kick off? Easy enough. Well, we'll start with access and some threatening in Asia. So we can go coup counter coup. So let's overprotect Pakistan and take India. There we go. So we'll take Burma to cover and moving on Taiwan. Let's see the rest of the hand. No blockade. So we can take South Korea as well. Well, this is going to be confusing for people watching it back, but yes, you did just watch me lose a game in 10 minutes. Only to play one for a lark. I set this one up by accident. Oh. Wrong sides. But I lost the original game in enough time that we can just go back to this game and play it out. It's a good thing I don't rely on this game for a sense of pride and accomplishment. Just entertainment. I bloody love a cup of tea. Thank you. Levels up in the Middle East. I can live with that. So let's take some Asian battlegrounds. We'll probably space Arab Israeli to be on the safe side. And we might even hold D-style. I guess it depends. If they get a pretty crazy coup off, we need to counter coup safely, so we might do an intervention it. Sad though that is. One into La France. To space. Are they going to finish with a coup? And is it going to be juicy? Coup on Iran seems like the best bet. And here it comes. Oh, goes for the Philippines. So they're now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to my 6. So yeah, I just have to UN intervention coup Lao. To regain domination, and as long as they don't get... Well, okay, so in the end, it didn't go off anyway. So, bump and a bump and a bump. So they're holding NORAD. We at least managed to pick up a Indo-Pakistani war. It's between... In fact, Decol's the only really bad headline with DEFCON at 5, and they're not going to headline it. So Middle East scoring for a VP, unless they headline NASA. Oof. Stripping me out of Israel is galling. There are still 4 4-op cards in the deck. Whew. Okay. So, with De Gaulle gone, do we want to do that? I suppose maybe we want a coup first. Yeah. Let's coup on Thailand. Not great. But they now have to choose between coupping Pakistan with the China cards or refilling Thailand. We'll be spacing Korean War. Let's see whether he has a crack at Pakistan now. Because if he doesn't, I suppose we get the opportunity to take one in Thailand. Goes to NASA. Okay, so we have a coup target. We want to keep DEFCON up for now. So let's blockade away socialist governments and fill France. Okay. We'll go to space. Nice. Well, unless he's banking a whole bunch of 4-up cards, we're going to have an Ops Rich last turn. So, goes to space, gets there. We will play into Greece and see if we can sneak Turkey first. Ah, dang it, what have I missed? There we go. Here it comes. Kapow! It's a big one. But we still have Japan in the bank. And we can play into Turkey to get domination there. Scoring US-Japan. US-Japan in the headline, I guess. So, here are all those juicy, juicy cards. Although they've got Marshall Plan and NATO, so they're not complaining. Europe and Asia scoring. And Decol. So yeah, I make it for Europe, Asia, Marshall, Decol, NATO, and Truman Doctrine. Sheesh. Alright, let's go US-Japan, because if they headline Asia scoring, we look like geniuses. Oh, Europe scoring, okay. Well, apparently I don't look like a genius, because I don't know how to count. Because we're even on Battlegrounds. So they have to have a crack. And we can get to Indonesia to go one better. Okay, that's a result. What do we like? Warsaw Pact before NATO. So we're looking for coup counter coup game, basically. We want to try and get the Middle East off safely. Although, of course, with decol in hand, there's some damage that can be done in Africa. So yeah, what are we likely to see? We'll still see a NATO coup, but not a very happy one, and we'll see a spacing of Marshall Plan. We'll space Fidel. No sense in giving any more access than we have to. And in fact, if Iran isn't couped, we're probably better off dropping Middle East scoring for 0, since it's an unknown. Influence? Alas. So Middle East scoring is 4. If we successfully coup and they don't successfully coup, it's 0. But the downside is that we might get couped out completely. So that sets the cause back a little, but not a lot. We can have a speculative crack at Pakistan for 1 in 3. So decol goes off as expected. Do we like that, or do we just like it? Yeah, we want to keep DEFCON up, don't we? Let's take Algeria and force a coup counter coup for it. So we're looking to space Fidel, event Indo-Pakistani war for a lark, and keep nuclear test ban for the coup. Tito goes back to space again. Why not? Let's event Indo-Pakistani war. Come on, big money. Boo. So, yeah, we'll be looking to Space Fidel and get a coup off. I think in Africa. I think we want Africa. Or even Thailand, because I guess Southeast Asia scoring is going to come around. But here we go. It was a case of who couldn't hold out. Ah, of course. Very nice. Prepping for brush war. We'll space. We won't rise to it. And we get to headline peak. Here come the crazy realigns. Oh boy. Yes, so. That is problematic. Let's take the bait. Big coup on Thailand. Nice, there's a brush war target for you. Did get Southeast Asia scoring. Excuse me. We could just purge. Purge is mean. Screws up all the plans. It's cruel purge or Southeast Asia scoring, isn't it? And Southeast Asia scoring really only hates ABM or brush war. I think we have to go Southeast Asia scoring because of DEF CON, don't we? Yeah. Oh, we get headline peaking. Brezhnev. Yeah, we go Southeast Asia scoring to protect Thailand. Well, protect us from losing Thailand. And if they get the realigns in, we can coup Lao Cambodia. This is weird, but then charmingly weird. That's handy for us, I guess. Okay. So we just do a straight counter coup. Let's go big. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1. Well, that's tragic. But we'll get D-Style off. Oh, man. He's got access first. That's never good. Such is life. Let's get into Jordan before Muslim Rev. I think, yeah, well, event Camp David. That's fine. But we event Panama can now return first. Here come the Hail Mary airlines. Miss, miss, miss. Third time, he got me. Here comes coup counter coup. Please miss, and if not, show me South America scoring. Didn't miss. Didn't show me South America scoring. We ditch miss LMV. It's the only risky card. Actually, we did JVM Treaty as well. And we'll keep the other cards in. So we now go with a coup on Colombia ourselves, and it's lousy. So they'll have another crack as well, and we have to hope to bink Junta in the headline. Oh. Marshall Plan goes to space. So we will use Camp David to get into Venezuela. Will we? Yeah, because either way there's a coup target. It'll do. I'm not sure that's great, but we're doing it, and we didn't get Hunter, but we did get grain sales. And Bear Trap and Brush War. Whew. So let's grain sales. Of course I get to see the headline. Keep forgetting that. So if they quag me, of course, I can bear trap them and hope we both get out in one. Special relationship, NATO's in play, and UK's there, that's fine. Nuclear subs. The CIA's gone. Let's see how this plays out. That's a great card for us. So we'll grain. And we will have a nice big old coup. So we're going to coup in Angola. And we'll just play into Brazil. So they'll go Uruguay. Okay. We'll take Brazil and we dominate in Asia. No, actually, we should protect against liberation theology, which has not yet come out. We don't want to straight take Mexico. I think we're probably not bear trapping and we're taking the ops instead. If I can cover the space. Fails again. So let's see, that means they don't have South America scoring or Africa scoring, so we'll space Muslim Revolution. Oh, NASA. Okay, big old overprotecting Africa. Not totally nonsensical. They'll be looking to get a coup on Angola or
There were some things in your
Algeria
film
next
that got
turn.
me
But either way,
thinking,
we'll use
and I
nuclear
like
subs to
calling
take
my
Brazil.
wife at this point. She's a psychotherapist. Well, here she is, fit as a sticker.
Hi there.
It was what you said about
Mulberry.
resilience and
Have
the
I actually
way
kept
it's
on top of
representing
this
that
at all?
kind
No,
of
we saw the
circle
goal
of
go,
life,
didn't we?
you know, can you talk more about
Oh,
that?
he had to event colonial rear guards. That's harsh.
In my life, and every challenge, there has presented itself an opportunity. And I feel that the only reason the opportunity came my way is because I was open, vulnerable, and willing to try something new. I think that's why I'm attracted to painting it. I know it freed me up. It made me feel like I could process feelings, whatever they were.
That's a good thing to do, to process the
31,
feeling, rather than because then you get hold of them, you control the waves. Then don't
Cannot
you,
keep track
if you can
to
talk
save
about
my
it.
life.
There's another thing I do actually. It's like if in the middle of the night I can't sleep because I'm obsessing about this going wrong and that going wrong and what am I going to do, I sort of have to put it out there. So
Nice
I
one.
have to share it with someone, paint it or write it.
In psychotherapy, we call that sort of thing work. We call, have you done the work?
Oh.
But it's work week. From his studio in Suffolk, artist Ryan Gander creates installations and sculptures.
Oh, Culture Revolution's been, that's fine.
Ideas and objects from everyday
So, at least I've got the tracker up to date. So, Bear Trap AR7 still looks quite good.
The thing that I love about art is the generation of ideas.
Yeah, so we'll event South African unrest and repair.
And optimistic. So try and keep that valve in my
I expect him to go 1 South Africa, 2 Botswana.
Stuff, anomalies, phenomenons, and then I record them. Traditionally, when we think about work,
Yep,
we
so
think
we'll
about
go
giving your time to someone else.
1 South Africa, 1 Mexico. No, 1 South Africa, 1 Indonesia.
So our freedom is taken
Because
away
that does
from us.
redominate in
I give
Asia.
people that I meet
Get ready for turn 7.
whatever I've got in my pocket and ask them to write on it what they think that money is worth for them.
Oh, man.
At a time.
Getting absolutely
Really, it's just a bit of paper.
punished.
Didn't really work it. It was a trick. This is a really new word that I've just made.
In Asia.
Cabian.
That grain sales came along at a good time.
As making blocks for construction. Full of stones from the beach that the kids collected, and then had watches wrapped around them, and they've been cast in jasmine. When he retired from work, my dad got
So we'll
a
event
watch.
special relationship,
It was at that moment that I realised
event
that
brush
he didn't
war,
give back the watch because the employer
event
had taken his time for
Bear Trap
25 years.
AR7.
It's like the watch represented his freedom. So these are units of time.
Yeah,
but
that's
they're
all fine.
also
So event
units
special
of
relationship.
value.
We'll overprotect France
It's
even though de
funny
Gaulle's just
looking
been,
around the
because there's
studio
no
now
access to
and talking about
Portugal.
work, because I'm basically looking at later stuff that if I did
I think we
have,
probably
from a
take
perspective of myself, and someone
the
who's in
50-50 on
studio,
Argentina,
what's he do for a living? I can't believe he just gets to mess around with laser toys and stuff.
since that's the highest
Makes you
leverage.
realise just how mad of a job it is, really.
Oh man. Peru, Lebanon.
Nicely composed zoom backdrop.
You see how straight it is? All the
Yeah.
lines. Took ages to get the camera
Other
straight.
access. One in Uruguay, I
When
guess.
was at Art Club, Ryan, we brought up such a point that when we were, for a lot of people,
Yeah,
that's giving
that's
up
fine.
our time.
You know, my dad's a really
Man, that's a rotten,
related.
rotten turn 5 hand for USSR.
And one thing that he has always maintained is that we all have choice. We all have agency. So, you know, we all talk about freedom more now than we ever have. But the question is how we use our freedom, isn't it?
Do you
Okay,
think
let's
that
go big on
there is a point
Argentina.
now where we're all gonna start
Oh,
evaluating
disappoint.
the relationship between value, time, work,
And now we
money,
just hope not
those
to get
sort of
quagmired
things?
so we can have another
They're all
crack
up in the air, though, I
next
think, for
turn.
a lot of people.
I think everyone has, whether they realise it or not. I think the bigger question is whether we just go back. Loads of people have said this. But whether we just go back.
Gets off
to
with
what
lone
we
gunman.
did. I waste so much time, not just on social media, but
So we
worrying,
trap.
procrastinating, just, you know, amounts of time that are unfathomable. And I think
And we get
that's
Hunter.
the thing about my dad's advice
Not bad.
about using your agency. It's fine to have agency and freedom, but if you squander it, you know, it's not worth anything. It's what you do with your time that's
I think Hunter looks good here. Let's see if we get quagged.
Ticking off a constant bucket list. You know, like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's 10 o'clock, I've got to swim with dolphins, then I've got to go up Matthew Pichu. Oh my god, you know, I've got so much to do.
You're allowed to stop for a cup of tea. It's just, I think I've spent a lot of my
Okay.
time saying, I'm going to write a novel.
I
like
think-
loads of people.
I think I still like Hunter.
Maybe it's just time to start a novel, you know what I mean?
Big conversion. Big conversion. Here it comes. Yeah, convert.
You know, we're facing mortality in all sorts of ways during this situation. Maybe we've got to think about our time, you know. We've only got so much of it.
So let's hope we both get and one. That's always the respectful thing.
And they might not be
And we can
the
ditch
things that they
Portuguese
deserve
Empire
now.
crumbles. They get ditch VOA. Come on, PC. Out you go. Boo. That is unjust. OPEC next.
Johnny Vegas, Carry On Ramping, starts Wednesday at 10 on Channel 4. All episodes available after on All 4.
Absolutely robbed.
Our sponsors, Inspired Living on 4.
Third time's a charm.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everyone. Going in. Oh, one has popped. I think it was sealed. That was the problem. It's exploded like a balloon. Poor old fellow. But there was a problem. But luckily, because it's a mass production technique, we don't have to worry. See, I didn't put an air hole.
Tap
in the
Venezuela.
bottom.
Oh no, just refill Argentina. Okay. That could have got worse for me. And we will.
The temptation.
Yeah. Come on, Cambridge 5.
Staffordshire-
Hooray! Uno!
Be painted like the shepherdess, you know. And of course, the more modern they get, the more neatly.
So we'll definitely avenge on Paul.
I like the really early ones.
Question is if there's anything we particularly want to salt. I don't think we necessarily want to get DEFCON up, especially with Thailand being the way it is.
I love them. I've got the right colour. My instinct is to want to do it really neatly, but I'm not going. I'm going to try.
Yeah,
and
salting is such a
channel
risk.
An 18th century pottery worker who's just moved from being a farmer.
Let's start cooing in
and
Africa.
said, you can be on painting. He's done all
1, 2,
right.
3, 4, 5, 6 beats 3, 6, 7. 3, 6, 7, 6, 7. So it's it's going to be coup counter coup a while.
You can hear the voice of the workmaster.
But it looks like we've got more ops than they've got.
We've got 50 figures to do before we start the kiln. Hurry up.
And our coups are going off with greater success.
What I was thinking
So if they coup Ethiopia,
I was thinking about how
we can coup Saharan states.
reevaluated during lockdown.
And we could always event John Paul
And I saw
AR7.
two phenomena happen. One was this fella, a key worker. He's a pizza delivery man. But, you know, we depend on such people as well as, of course, the NHS and the power workers and the bin men and all the kind of infrastructure people. And then the other side is people working from
Well, that's
home.
a bonus for us in Asia.
So she's got her laptop and the cat
Yeah,
just
overprotects.
Zoom. She's got
So we'll now coup Saharan states and get the Dom.
delivery man, home worker, they're a kind of pair. They meet over the doorstep.
Good old Sadat. How we love him.
I love this, yes, people, they need telling that, don't they?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. I think we want to take domination in Africa in case we get it in the headline and can play it safely. So we'll do that instead. We don't get Africa scoring.
What do you do for work?
I've been a police officer for 20 years nearly.
Ethiopian unrest when?
Police officer, I've been as an article. So I've always
So,
got my
Che, Korean War,
busy life, I think. Never really got
Alliance,
into it.
CMC,
Tell me about these artworks.
Defectors. And then they've got Ask Not, OAS and Kitchen Debates in Africa scoring gross, SocGov, Liberation, and Willy. Yeah. So Willy or SocGov in the headline maybe? See, but we've got Marshall Plan. Yeah, it goes Willy. So I think we use Cuban Missile Crisis to keep Africa safe, right?
I'm really pleased with this one.
Yeah.
Lot of clay.
5-year plan Marshall
I
NORAD.
did make the bullet, but the bullet exploded in the kiln.
Yeah, let's do Cuban Missile Crisis.
I lost my dad at the very beginning of lockdown, and I was kind of in the lost place. So it was these challenging times that when I came home and I sat down in front of a ball.
Because now we can coup Sudan as well, with a bit more impunity.
And I only regret that for 30
And
years
we've got,
you know, for 30
so we've
years
got some
I
legs for
never-
some ops warring in West Germany if they've got mileage, but we know they're mostly holding 2 and 3 op cards.
But I'm very proud of them. I like them a lot. Certainly
Yeah, just gives up on Africa scoring.
I think they're great, Darren, and of course, I would love to put them in the exhibition.
So we will cover those against liberation theology.
Hello, I'm
We're going to do it that way.
meet my dad on the bus.
Let's do it that way. And we'll probably hold you an intervention.
But she also loves to make art. For work week on Art Club, she turned to one of her greatest inspirations.
We may space chain and hold you an intervention in case we get landed with Ortega.
This whole pandemic has been
DNC off to space. That was one of the unknown cards. No more headline peeking for us. We can space Che. We succeed, so we can now discard held cards.
Going to work every single day.
Wait. I'm gonna attempt to bring his face. Wish me luck, his lovely little face.
Probably before spacing I should have covered Indonesia and retaken West Germany, but we've got time to do that, along with watching out for Liberation Theology. Liberation Theology and SocGov are the 2 not very well known cards in there. Excuse me, hand. Oh, we want to take Sadat as well. Yeah, tempo. Always frigging up the tempo.
Can see the marks that you've made. It all sort of goes towards.
Let's see if we've just lost Sadat. Oh no, they take Saudi. Okay, it could be worse. Alright, let's cover our sins now. So we take Egypt, West Germany, And we can finish taking Cuba. Well, we don't necessarily want to finish taking Cuba just yet, do we? So let's take Indonesia, Egypt, and West Germany.
Oh, wow. I saw your little film. How did you feel about your job?
Yeah, that's fine.
When all this started?
Honestly, I
We
was
can fill Israel,
because at the beginning, masks were compulsory,
and we could drop a 4-point alliance for progress if all goes well.
Throughout the whole thing, he's just been extremely, chilled. Goes to work every day and he's like, oh, it's great, I love getting out of the house. He seems fine, I was worried. My dad is, first and foremost, a sculptor,
Ooh.
sculptor mason, and he does wonderful drawings, and that's why also I felt like it would be nice to immortalise him.
Yeah.
If he made
Wisebar's almost got up with me on time. I think, to be fair, a 5 influence handicap in Czechoslovakia is not a 15-minute handicap on the clock for equivalence's sake.
Oh my god, really?
Yes. I think
Wow, thank you.
It's a lovely portrait, and those are exactly the kind of people that we should celebrate in this time.
Thank you, Grayson. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
So, things are looking alright. Lone Gunman and Ortega are the last risks.
Our sponsors, Inspired Living on 4. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons, a number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you loaded 16 tons.
Now, at this point, we ask our celebrity guest to choose
Well,
3 of your submissions on the theme of the week. And theme
Wisebar is
this week's
cogitating
work.
here.
First one
Holding
up
Ask
is
Not,
by
Liberation Theology, OAS, and Kitchen Debates.
When you're on your computer all day
If they
long
ask not
and
me,
you don't have anywhere to go, I mean, I can just
I'm not
find
ditching a
one
lot.
chance to
Libthe's
put
good,
dress on
but
and
we
see
can use
what
Marshall
she
to
has
recover it.
go.
Ah,
She's stuck with her
Okay.
computer and her reality is her fantasy.
so we will instead, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding your intervention. Yeah, we're gonna finish taking Cuba,
Do not
pop
need to
1 in
use
Israel, and start preparing there.
Next one up.
That's
Fritz
fine.
Newham. I've got a feeling that me and Phil feature in this one a bit.
So yes, if they ask not us, we just ditch Korean War,
it's
holding the
because,
rest.
I pay that there's an enormous amount of work.
If they realign us out of Cuba here, we just play straight back in with Marshall Plan.
Somebody actually gets to see it.
If they fail on realigns or tapping Cuba, we've always got
Yes, it's a good point. There is a huge infrastructure.
Alliance for Progress to drop for 4 VP.
There's the movers, the maintenance.
Ah,
And your last choice, Jane, is Sam Maisie.
Well, this is a reality of my household. My daughter has 2 little girls, and I see her here at my house trying to do her work, trying to be a
do we want Romania rather? I mean, Romania gives us 1 VP,
A lot of people.
and we're not going to be trying to realign East Germany.
Thank you very much. Popped it up on this side of the Atlantic. Time to open the kiln.
The time has come, the time is now.
So now we know exactly what he's holding, assuming I've counted properly, which is not a given.
There you go. They look right.
So we're going to see influence, realign, just 2 in Romania.
Homage to work. Their work through history. That's after Van Gogh, a guy with a side. This is work as well. This is washing the baby. And a lot of people have been saying,
Going Rembrandtian with the tiles. I like it.
well, because they're having to work.
Okay, just leveling up there is fine. We're going to bag our 4 Alliance for Progress points.
And I would like to remind them of Hogarth's Gin Lane. They're all doing
I expect we're going to see Arsenal any time now.
You're doing fine.
They're great.
Look at
Since he knows that we're very unlikely to hold Lone Gunman.
terracotta army. Thanks to the home worker. Thanks to the food delivery driver.
Interesting, the terracotta army were a very grand version of the figures that the ancient Chinese put into tombs.
Yeah.
These are kind of like Deliveroo riders for the afterlife.
Well, we'll be leaving them soon.
Not a lot of options really. Arsenal seems like the obvious one, so you can hold OAS or kitchen debate.
Can I just show you something? Yeah. I've made an artwork of a pizza delivery service.
Which one do you like best?
I like the two of them.
What do you think of my representation?
Very accurate.
Lovely to meet you.
They're not even fucking giving him one. They should do. Grayson Perry sculpture goes for something. Frick. But yeah, so that's straightforward because it now means obviously OAS can be played with impunity. So we just ditch Korean War to this. And see what we get instead because we want to hold the other two.
There's these guys sitting on the scaffold.
Don't want a 1 in 6 and we get OPEC instead. Brilliant. Ooh, that's worth 3 VP, right? See, I think we use OPEC to jam Libya and reduce it to 2 VP, knowing they've got 1 op cards. We can be sure to take Libya and dominate the Middle East as well. We won't take the 2 VP for Milops.
Kara warrior. I love the decapitated headgear.
Dull and dismal,
Hello, Lulu and Matthew. Welcome to Art Club.
Thank you.
but we'll take Panama.
Yes.
Want to weaken it up. We could always get Central America control. I'm less concerned about South America here.
Kara leaps out at me rather. So, you are a warrior carer, I take it.
Now, do we want the 2 VP Milops?
He's a bit shy. He's got
I suppose we do.
He requires close door out hair. He's got learning disabilities.
Yeah,
he's got
2
speech and
VP are pretty good here. Do not
language.
discard UN intervention in case we get
So
Ortega.
there's quite a lot of things going on.
We don't get Ortega, and we get tear down this wall.
But we find that
And we do, I guess, want to drop DEFCON.
for the things that he needs. Funny enough, the day I was making, it had a particular
Yeah, not a ton to sort again.
social services.
We do want to drop DEFCON, even though that means they can retake Libya.
It was just so
So yeah, we'll headline tear down this wall.
Well, anger is one of the great stimulating forces in creativity. Have you got your artwork with you? You can talk me through it.
Into Pakistani war. We do want to event Evil Empire.
Wow.
And it gives him a lot of satisfaction. He, you know, and he's completely in the zone.
Glasnost is a 2 VP ABM, of course,
You know, it's really good for him.
which is handy for us,
What does lockdown in the last
as long as the Reformer doesn't drop first. Brush War, so that might be a target for us.
about being a carer?
It's been really difficult.
Let's take a big fat coup on East Germany. Here we go, big 6. 5's pretty good. That's my salt. Whoa, nice work. It had to happen. Oh dear, Fidel. That's not good for us. So we're level again in Asia. So actually we're slightly ahead. I'm slightly ahead because of the... So retakes Libya.
And of course, Lulu
Where's the highest leverage flipping point?
into the exhibition.
I think it's probably Panama. Yeah. Here we go.
Warrior carer. I love that.
4, 5 or 6. 4, perfect.
Come on, Matthew.
Because we can jam Israel with salt, we want to event an evil empire before Pakistan war,
Keep up the brilliant work.
and then we've got these 3 cards which are pretty garbage for us, but we're ahead enough in Africa and it's scored to just use the cards.
What have we learned? Well, 2 big lessons, I think. First one is, whose work
Asia scoring drops for 1 VP, so that was a pretty clutch brush for them.
And our own personal relationship with work. Art can help us understand what we
Of course, that now means that Shuttle Dip's gone, so it behooves us to take Israel.
gives to our lives.
Could have used Salt to salt something now that we've lost our realigned target, but I'm fine keeping Defcon down. We want to reduce variance at this point in the game, not embrace it. So we can use Portuguese Empire Crumbles and then event and repair South African Unrest. Still think we definitely want to event an Evil Empire for the VP and to use Indo-Pakistani War without giving up another 2 VP. Giving up war points at this stage of the game is really annoying. So how I learned... 1 in West Germany, 1 in Ethiopia. Yeah, level up country counts fine. I think we'll event Evil Empire here,
Hello, and welcome to
so we can use Indo-Pakistani War.
This week is travel. I'm Grayson Perry, and this is my art club. I launched the club because I
Here
believe
we
art
go.
can help us get through this crisis. It can help us battle
Finish is
the
taking East
world,
Germany,
inspire
which
and
is fine.
console us, and tell us some truths about life. A whole year later, here we still are. So my wife Philippa and I are inviting you into our studio again. Each week we'll be joined by special guests.
Okay, so we'll event Portuguese Empire Crumbles, and we're going to try realigning on Botswana, and then South Africa. Ah! Whoopsie.
Most important of all, I want you, the British public, to get involved
I'd like to introduce you to craft brands.
and send me your art on a theme I've chosen for the week. I'll pick some of the work that you send me to create an exhibition for the nation. It's a class painted good pick. It'll be a lasting artistic record for when we come to look back at these strange times we've all been through together.
Of course, there's part of me that thinks eventing Fidel, or even holding Fidel, isn't bad, because if we get Ortega'd, we've got an out.
Would you rather driving a remote controlled car like this or driving
Okay,
a
De
great
Gaulle's
big
good.
car on the road?
Oh, this is much more eco.
But we've got, and we know cultural diplomacy is coming,
Riding around the country lane.
so let's...
Are you missing foreign travel?
Cultural Revolution. Sorry.
I like travel for a purpose.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know.
You're not very good at holidays, are you?
No.
Let's pop another one in France, getting paranoid.
Mainlining vitamin D. Lovely light.
I mean, people watching Art Club may wonder how me and Philippa have had such a long and happy marriage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. Yeah, we're alright for now. 1 in Botswana.
I've chosen the theme of travel for our final episode of Art Club.
But Nixon's still in the deck, that's fine.
More. Art about travel can give us so much more than a geographic.
So yeah, we'll hold Fidel as insurance against Ortega. And just try and get through to final scoring. Now we get some bonus ops. Portugal and Kenya, fine. Let's take the Pakistan war now. 1 in 3 fails. Always worth a punt. That would have flipped on, so I'm fine with that. Then we'll event repair South African unrest and hold you an intervention and Fidel. Holding Fidel is weird given that we can discard the card, but since Ortega is a genuine risk, and if we get dealt it and they get what you call it, Aldrich Ames, we could have a problem. So we event South African unrest first, see what they do with it. So, and we'll overprotect Angola a little. Not discard either. We'd like to see Ortega. Oh, wait, sorry, Ortega's not what we wanted to see. My bad. But we did get the result we wanted, which is if they Aldrich Ames us, we can Fidel and then Ortega safely. So we grain sales them. Always. We'll be sending the Reformer to space. So yeah, Aldrich Ames here would be bad, because they take you an intervention, but we could at least event Fidel to then safely event. Of course, the irony is that if we do an intervention, Ortega will have to event Fidel anyway. Ill thought out, as per. Okay, 1 VP. Thank goodness they're holding the China card. We just hit the right time. We get arms race. Highest leverage coup target is probably Argentina, because Libya's already worth 2 VP to us. Yeah, let's coup Argentina. Nice big juicy coup. Here we go. Well, that's as big as they come. He's had enough. Alright, well thanks for watching. Sorry the first game was such a hilarious bloodbath. But that little splash around was fun for everyone. Well, thank you again. Lots of fun. Hope you got something from it. Monday for the game against Marco DS78 in the Itzel Silver Playoffs. But as Wisebar says, it's bye for now. So thanks again, and until next time.